Hi, this is Professor Sanchez, and the goal of this video is to help you get acquainted with the online portion of our class. So this is the home page. You come to this when you click on the course from the dashboard. And this page has a couple videos as well as just some general information about navigating the class in terms of how to get to your classwork by clicking on modules. Also, I want to remind you that this is a hybrid class, which means that we will meet one day in person on Thursdays, and the rest of the week will take place online. So you don't have to log in at a specific time for the online portion. You just need to complete your work by the deadline. The only time we would meet at the same time online is if we're doing some kind of conference or office hours. So you click on modules to get started. Here you can see week one as well as just some resources down here. When you start a new week, I pretty much put everything in the order in which you should go through it, but you want to take a look at everything at the beginning of the week. I always have a thought of the week just to sort of get you going, get you inspired, give you something to think about, positive as you approach this week's work. You can click next to go to the next one, and then here is our overview. So this is important. I have things broken down into three categories: things you should do before class, things we're going to be working on in class, and then our online objectives after class by the end of the weekend. So this will really help you organize your time and figure out what exactly you need to do. All right, so for us this week, you're going to read the thought of the week. You're going to post in the discussion for introductions before you come to class on Thursday. So you want to make sure that you do that ahead of time. You're going to take a look at the syllabus, which I'll show you how to get to in a moment, and bring any questions to class. I will have a printed copy for you, so you don't need to print it. And start taking a look at the reading assignments for this week. That way you can ask any questions that you have before later in the week when you're just online. Now to see the syllabus, over here you'll see these tabs. You can click on syllabus. You can click here to download the copy, or you can view it here, and then I'll give you a copy when we come to class. Going back to modules in week one, the next thing is your reading assignment. So I always have a page for this if you do have reading assignments. These are from the book. If for some reason your book didn't come in yet, this particular reading can be found online if you search for it. So that is an option if for some reason you don't yet have your book. But these pages are not in your book, so if you don't have it, you're going to have to make that up eventually. There's also a link here to a web page about how to email your professor, which will be helpful for all of your classes. The next page is our introductions discussion. We will have discussions occasionally in this class online. What I want you to do is post a quotation that motivates or inspires you and explain a little bit about it, and then end with a question to help you get to know your peers. So basically what will happen, here's the grading criteria, by the way, I've already posted. To post your own response, you click here on reply, and you can type your things here and then say post. If you want to reply to someone else's, you can click here to reply to that person's post. You'll basically post your response by Thursday and your peer responses by Sunday. The next two pages are content pages. I just want you to read through these and think about them. There's one on reading and one on writing, and this is important because we're going to be engaging in both of these processes through the course, and I don't want you to get to the next step and say like, wait, what are you talking about? So read this, get it ingrained in you, and bring it with you moving forward. Lastly, there is a writing assignment due by the end of the week. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself, just do your best so I can see kind of how you are as a writer and where you're at, and then we can go from there. My goal is just to see your strengths and weaknesses, point some things out to you that I think are working well with your writing so that we have sort of a starting place to go. All right, so the other tabs over here on the left, if you go to grades, you'll be able to see all your grades throughout the class. I post them all online. everything should be clear. There shouldn't be any confusion about what your grade is at any point in time. If something is not correct or doesn't look right to you, just let me know and I'm happy to help you. The People tab allows you to contact other people in the class. And Starfish Connect we'll talk a little bit about later. You can also use your inbox tool in Canvas to email me or classmates from the class. All right. So that's all for this. If you have any questions about this video or as you're preparing for class on Thursday, let me know. I'm happy to help you, and I will look forward to meeting you in person.